This outbreak of bird flu seems to be really bad. It's one of the worst we've seen, if not the worst.
Fans of the Fort Myers Eagle Cam are devastated after two recently hatched bald eagles died after contracting the recent strain of avian influenza. The two birds, E24 and E25, quickly developed a fan following, but unexpectedly passed away on back-to-back days at the end of January. Florida Fish and Wildlife confirmed that both eaglets tested positive for the virus. Avian flu has been difficult for birds across the country, but the symptoms can be more severe in both waterfowl and birds of prey, such as bald eagles. Experts also warn that the virus can be transmissible to other species.
It's really tragic and heartbreaking to see what's happening. But long term, the bird population should be able to recover and develop some immunity. And you might want to consider keeping your cat indoors, because cats do prey on wild birds, because the cats can catch avian flu from birds. That's another risk vector for people, potentially. So far, fortunately, there hasn't been a case of that, but minimizing exposure seems like a good idea.
For a closer look at the impact of avian flu, WGCU senior environmental reporter Tom Bayles joins us now. Welcome, Tom. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Hi, Sandra.
So the headline to your most recent story grabbed my attention on avian flu. It says, bird flu, existential threat to the world's biodiversity. That sounds very scary. So how concerned are scientists?
This is a big deal. This bird flu is hopping species like none other, and not just to other birds, but things like polar bears and things that just would never be considered something that an avian influenza would infect.
The outbreak has been described as the fastest spreading and largest ever. What does that mean? Why do we think that's happening? And what does it mean as far as this, crossing over into other species?
I'm not sure that scientists have completely figured out why it is so transmissible into other species. But as far as wiping out entire colonies of birds that are being grown for sale, once the flu gets into one of these growing facilities where the birds are, it just circulates and circulates, and they have to take out the entire population, get rid of them, and then go find enough new chicks to re-inhabit that after they clean it. It's a very expensive, very time-consuming thing, and it's the reason why eggs are going up and up and up at the grocery store.
So the most immediate concern, of course, for most of us is thinking about the possibility of transmission to people. What do we know about that at this point?
I think that you're safe to eat the eggs in the grocery store. Obviously, there's a lot of checks and balances that go in there. There was one person who died just last week, but he worked in a farm for chickens, and he was exposed to it every day. What is alarming is dozens more have been made ill through various means, and they don't know all of them yet. It is absolutely something we all need to pay attention to. Don't be afraid to eat the eggs from the grocery store, but do expect to pay more for them.
This has, I assume, folks at the federal government who inspect these facilities working round the clock, right? Because we're not just talking poultry. The concern is about cattle, dairy, right?
Oh, you have so many disciplines of scientists, and it goes way beyond just the inspectors at the USDA that are now involved, because there are researchers and immunologists and all those types of related folks who are trying to figure out, why is this bird flu so transmissible? Why is it jumping species way, way unrelated to other birds? And how do we stop it?
Tom Bayles, we thank you for your reporting on this topic, and we'll have you back again. Keep us updated. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra.